Jameson here. We're at Play and Talk, going over our Gunpla. Got a whole bunch of models back here. We're doing a build today on the site over at the food court. Gundam, it's old school series, been around since the 80s, late 70s really. It's mech based. It's got a humongous following, all sorts of models to be built about it, probably thousands of different models to be built. We try to keep as many as we can in stock.
My name is Brittany. We are in the Premium Outlet Mall and we are here with Play and Talk for our Gundam Build Night. Gundam is a series that was started in Japan in the 70s. It was a Japanese anime and it grew in popularity in the US. The first Gundam series started in the 70s.
Well, it really started as like a political show about two different federations fighting over control of the Earth, and they have mech suits that kind of do all the battle for them. Now, since then it's kind of transitioned to a lot more series that go off that same kind of feel, not always politically fueled, but always mech suits in combat. That's the biggest thing. Gigantic robots fighting, so.
So a lot of people in the United States got into the Gundam series from Gundam Wing. It used to be played on Cartoon Network on Toonami. And then they started adding other series like G Gundam and 08 MS Team. And the model kits followed afterwards, and that's what we're doing here today.
We have Gunpla from pretty much every single show that's out there. Probably have at least 300 unique models, ranging from original series and UC to the extended universe series, Gundam Wing, Gundam Seed Destiny, Iron Blood Orphans, Build Fighters Try, and even things from original UC, Gundam Wing Mobile Suit, and then up to the newer stuff like Char's story and the Gundam Wing Origins story and stuff like that.
I love the way they look. I feel that they are a blank canvas that you can customize in any way. A lot of people like to do them show accurate or even military accurate, as if they were like tanks or something from wars. But I like to turn them into something completely different. I use bright colors, I use other materials to customize them, and it's just so much fun.
Honestly, it's a passion. You get to work, create something that you get to display on the shelf. Like, you kind of put your soul into it a little bit, you customize it kind of what you like, and I think that's really big. People really enjoy kind of creating something that's unique to them in a sense.
So Gundam is a mecha fighting series, but it's giant fighting robots, but it's absolutely not just for boys. Gundam and Gundam building is for anybody that finds it interesting. You don't even have to watch the series to start building them. If you like the way they look, just grab a kit and start snapping it together.
There is no real range to it. I mean, I've seen children as young as 8 to as old as, I mean, there's a teacher who comes in here all the time. He's probably in his mid-60s and he loves it. He's got an entire glass case full of them. I mean, he's been building them for probably over a decade now.
My favorite model is probably the Noble Gundam. It was designed for the series G Gundam, and it's a sassy girl Gundam with long blonde hair, and she's so cute and I really love her.
We've been doing Gunpla building as a group thing for, you know, local group heads. We've done it in Mobile. We're starting to do it over here at our Gulfport location too. Basically, we just, you know, get a couple people together, get some models, build it, kind of show off, learn some techniques, maybe compare, you know, show each other some of the things we've done before, and maybe ideas we have for maybe, you know, doing different things to the models. A lot of custom builds, that's really popular nowadays too. People like to kind of give a little flair, uniqueness to it. So this really helps get people together to kind of discuss more ideas and such.
Play and Talk is a store here in Gulfport in the Premium Outlet Mall that sells new and used video games. They also sell collectibles and other items such as like plushies and trading cards from other series from anime, TV shows, and video games.
We like to kind of focus on the nerd culture in general. Anything nerdy from Gundam, Harry Potter, on up to anime like Dragon Ball Z to the games. Really, we're here to be kind of the foray for people to know what's nerdy and out there. We have 2 locations. There's our Mobile location, our Gulfport location, and constantly getting new things into. We try to keep on top of what's going on in nerd culture. So Play and Talk as a whole, we always have something new. You come in here next week, you'll see all new things. It's always changing.
Hey guys, my name's Kyler, otherwise known as Mega Plamo on Instagram, and today I'm going to talk to you about the smaller kits and something that would be great to start off with for a beginner. So this is a simple Star Blazer kit. Basically, these smaller kits typically run about $10. They're great for people starting out because it's easy assembly. It may require a little more paint, but essentially it's just going to be 1 or 2 runners to start off with, so there's not a lot less to worry about. So you open it up, give you guys an idea what's in here. So essentially you'll have your stickers and your stand, and then you'll have your main parts here. The main parts are put on a sprue, which you will then go through and cut off with a pair of nippers. I recommend some hobby grade nippers, nothing like scissors or fingernail clippers as I've heard of some people using, because you can do damage to the plastic. It's very small and brittle. So if you can get some hobby grade clippers, you'll just go through and you'll clip off each individual piece. And then within, if you look at the top of the box, the instructions will be located right here at the top. As you can see, these kits, the Bandai plastic model kits, are typically made in Japan, so most of the instructions are in Japanese. But if you go through and take a look, it's pretty simple and straightforward, very detailed pictures, and each individual part is labeled, like this, for example, A313, and you would just flip over and you would find A3, which is, well, we'll start with A2, so you would find A2, and then you'll just look for 10, and that would be the piece that you would need for that particular step. If you guys are interested in more information, you can follow me on Instagram at Megaplamo. That's MEGAPLAMO. Plamo is what you call these kits, plastic models. And basically I've been involved with these groups since a friend of mine invited me. I've been building like plastic model kits probably since I was like 7. It's always been something I've enjoyed, and recently there's been a resurgence in the popularity, and as we're getting older and wiser, we're all learning new techniques to make them look cooler and better. And of course, like I said, I've been involved with the groups for about the year that they've been doing it, and I continue to stay involved with them, and I really enjoy it.
What I like to do with my Gundam builds is customize them with paint and other materials. I use bright colors. I get inspired by shows and music that I like. I just turned one into Shrek not long ago for a friend. But I do things that make me happy. So I don't necessarily paint them exactly like what the show would have them as. I do my own thing. So the Gundam community is pretty niche. It is very small, but it's got a lot of love. A lot of local stores will do build nights like this. This is our first one. But there's also communities online on Facebook, and personally my favorite is Instagram. I have an Instagram page. My handle is Gunplugyaru, and I'll spell that for you in a minute. And on my Instagram, I do live streams, we do giveaways, we do community build-offs on Instagram where people can compete in something from around the globe. So it brings everyone together in a hobby that's so small and makes it so much more than maybe what you can get in your hometown.
There's really no restriction to the aging on this. I mean, first-time builders, there are low-grade ones that they can start with, really easy to do, on up to, I mean, perfect grades at the top there, which very intricate, but I mean, with the right tools and guidance, anybody could really do it. It's just about persistence, dedication, and, you know, if they really want to be passionate about it now. Like I said, there's really no barrier to entry to it. It's just about having the dedication, honestly.
I love the hobby. It has allowed me to kind of decompress after a long day. It makes me feel creative. It makes me happy, and I've made so many new friends, and I've learned so many things about scale modeling in general that I'd like to kind of branch out even away from Gundams and do other plastic models, like maybe planes and war tanks and things like that. Everyone builds at a different rate, so how much time it takes for me may be different for you or someone else. There are several different difficulty levels of Gundams called grades, and I recommend starting with a high grade or a SD grade, which is super deformed, and they tend to be pretty fast. Then you can work your way up to master grade and real grade kits, which are a little bit more intricate, but just as beautiful and fun. And then the biggest kits are going to be your perfect grade kits, and those can take a couple months to build sometimes. One of my favorite things about coming together with groups of people to build is the way that I brought the female Gundam builder community together with some friends of mine from Instagram. We started something we called the Gumpla Girl Gang. It is an all-female or female identifying group of builders who get together both on Instagram, Facebook, and in the Discord app, and we discuss what we're building, we discuss difficulties we have with it, difficulties maybe what it's like to be female in a mostly male-dominated hobby, and we also trade tips and techniques and really encourage each other to keep building. And it's so important to have a community, but it's so important to feel like you have a place in your community most of all.
Thanks, guys. This has been Jameson down here at Play and Talk. Check us out on our Facebook page, Play and Talk. Give us a like. We're located in the Prime Outlet Mall, Gulfport up by the interstate, the big yellow one. You can't miss us. Building 330.